Raider Nation, who needs a new jersey? If you're like, I do, I'm serious when I say this, stop what you're doing right now and go to chatsports.com/Raiders jersey because you can save up to 25% off when you use promo code Sprout. But the reason why you need to do it now, because the deal ends at midnight. So if you want that Josh Jacobs jersey for $75, go to chatsports.com/Raiders jerseys. I'll put it in the comments and I'll put it in the descriptions below. All right, let's get into now the latest news and rumors around your Las Vegas Raiders. Let's dive into the latest news around the Raiders because they have re-signed linebacker special teamer Kyle Wilber, who is going to be entering his 9th year in the NFL. He spent his first 6 years with the Dallas Cowboys, the last 2 with the Oakland Raiders. So with this move, it does add depth at linebacker, no doubt about that. But the real reason why Kyle Wilber is going to come back, and the reason why he did come back, is because he's a solid special teams player. Heck, he was the captain after all. So the contract details, they are still TBD on this one. But when you're looking at a player who, over the last 2 years, has played in 743 snaps, and 618 of those have come on special teams, this is a key special teams move, which should surprise nobody because, well, our special teams coordinator, coach, used to also coach the Cowboys. So, like I said, it does add a little bit of depth here. And Wilber, he's probably going to be bouncing around, and he's going to play wherever the Raiders need him to play. So, he's appeared in 28 games for the Raiders over the last 2 years, recording 21 total tackles. But what I wanted to note here is kind of take you guys through a free agency tracker, which is something I've been trying to keep you guys up to date on. So on yesterday's video, I talked about some top unsigned free agents. You had Daryl Worley, Vontaze Burfict, Mike Glennon, Dwayne Harris. Those are 4. Also, here are 3 more. Josh Morrow, Benson Mayowa, Isaiah Crowell. Again, Kyle Wilber was on this list. He is no longer on it. Then you also got Jordan Devey. Shout out to Jordan. He posted an awesome picture of his son today on Instagram. You got Curtis Riley, Will Compton, and Deion Jordan. I think the most likely player out of the free agents that are still unsigned to come back to the team are Deion Jordan. I think he's still got high upside, and I'll be interested to see if he does end up coming back to this team. Let's dive into a little bit more news here around the Big C because a worker at the Las Vegas Raiders Allegiant Stadium site has tested positive for the Big C, and this isn't expected to delay the opening of the Raiders' new stadium in 2020, considering the fact that essential business or construction is considered an essential business in Nevada. So I've talked to some of my friends. I've given a shout out to my guys in Reno, Nevada about what's going on down there and what's going on around the entire world. My one friend did say this to me, though. He said, hey, Mitch, don't be surprised if they do start to shut down some of these work areas. And because of the Big C, I'll say this. I'm going to just continue to follow the news. The Big C has definitely impacted all of us. But this show, not about me. It's about all of y'all. So I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. Should workers stop working on Allegiant Stadium? So for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, you might get with an ad break. While that ad is playing, I want you to scroll on down and give me a Y for yes or an N for no. So I told you we'd talk about rumors as well. So let's dive into some rumors here around Derek Carr. And it's not really a rumor. It's more of kind of news. But this one is according to Jeremy Fowler. The Raiders didn't actively shop Derek Carr on the trade market. And this is news because if you remember, back at around the NFL scouting combine, there was that report that the Raiders are shopping Derek Carr. And I went on to read Fowler's, article that he wrote, and he mentioned that the reason why that they didn't really try to go out and ship Derek Carr was because NFL teams, well, they really started to be very interested. And this is the quote that Fowler did say. Las Vegas also believes it's not too far away and wasn't going to overreact. And the fact that other teams would have pounced on Carr trade reminded the Raiders that they had a good player at the position. So this is just everything that I've said before. If you're going to go out and try to find a quarterback better than Derek Carr than $19.5 million, good luck. Because guess what? It's not going to happen. The other thing that Fowler mentioned that I really liked, and I know everyone's going to like here, they really did not show that much interest in Tom Brady. Tuck rule, tuck that. So if you guys are stuck at home and you need Raiders videos, I'm going to be keeping you up to date the entire offseason because guess what? I'm home. I'm stuck here as well, but there's no other way I'd rather spend my time than making videos for y'all. So if you want to stay up to date on the latest rumors, news, more videos, hit that subscribe button. If you bleed silver and black, check out the entire YouTube channel. I'll put it in the comment section below. If you can't remember, that it's youtube.com/Raiders Report. Let's get back into some more news here, some rumors around one Jalen Hurts, because according to the Athletics Victor 4, the Raiders have serious interest in Jalen Hurts. And this is very interesting to me. I know a bunch of you will consider this very interesting as well, because the Raiders have already gone out and re-signed Marcus Mariota. From what it sounds like, I shouldn't say re-signed, signed Mariota. They have a lot of confidence in Derek Carr, but going out and getting Hurts, that's interesting. So I know the Raiders love his athleticism, and they actually were upset that he had such a good combine, which you can see on screen here, because they were hoping that he was going to slide into the third round, where the Raiders have 3 picks. Now they're worried, since he had such a good combine, and since he put up such good passing numbers last year at Oklahoma, that he could actually go in the second round. And this is going to be something that we're going to monitor. But one of the reasons why the interest in Jalen Hurts is there is you want to open up the playbook. Hurts, to me, is a little bit not quite there in terms of being able to pass the football as an NFL quarterback, but his athletic ability is going to give him the chance to run. And at any time you have a quarterback who will also help the running ability of your running back in a Josh Jacobs, I mean, the dude had 20 touchdowns, right? At over 1,200 yards rushing. He can run. He's a decent passer. But if you want him to learn underneath Marcus Mariota, this is a very, very interesting situation. So as I noted, we have 3 picks in round 3. And one of the rumors that I've talked about a bunch here on the Raiders Report is that Mike Mayock wants to get into the second round. I'm seeing this report come out from Victor 4 that the Raiders are very interested in Jalen Hurts. It almost makes me wonder if we're going to maybe trade up and go out and get Hurts. So right now, here is the Raiders quarterback depth chart. And you got Derek as the number 1. Marcus Mariota, who's going to make $7.5 million this year. Kaiser was brought in. Now, I'm going to make a video tomorrow on some potential cap cuts. You're going to see Kaiser on that video, but you could save $1.14 million by cutting him. You also got Peterman, who they tendered on the roster. Now, let's just hypothetically say, okay, that you go out and you draft Jalen Hurts. This is what the depth chart looks like. You got Carr there, Mariota, and Hurts. I mean, if you're looking for depth, I mean, last year, Raiders quarterback depth chart, very, very thin. Now, that's very, very full. And I think then you move on from Kaiser. Heck, you might even consider moving on from Peterman there. But Carr, Mariota, Hurts, it gives us a lot of options. So should the Raiders draft Jalen Hurts? I want you to type 1 for yes, or I want you to type 2 for no. And for those of you that type your 1 for yes, I want you, while you're in the comments section, to let me know what round, because I think that's very, very important when talking about Jalen Hurts. So I opened this video up talking about this amazing deal, so I'm just going to hit you over the head with it one more time. If you want a Max Crosby, if you want a Josh Jacobs, if you want to comment your favorite Raiders player, this deal ends at midnight tonight, okay? So chatsports.com/Raiders jerseys. The reason why it ends midnight tonight is because they are just selling off the shelves. If you want that Josh Jacobs jersey, it's $75. Just use promo code SPROUT. Heck, I saw Bo Jackson one there, also 25% off. The last rumor that I'm going to talk about on today's show, it's around the Raiders drafting a wide receiver in round 1. So Jerry McDonald, another guy that I respect a lot, says he believes it would be a huge, huge surprise if the Raiders didn't draft a wide receiver in round 1. Jerry, on behalf of me and the entire Raider Nation, we 100% agree with you, where if this team doesn't go out and get a receiver in round 1, I'd be shocked. And I do think there's going to be a lot of options at 12, 19. I also know there's going to be a lot of options later on in the draft because of how deep it is. So for me, I see that there are only 3 options at pick 12. And honestly, according to Vic and according to me, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, I think could all be there for the Raiders at pick 12. Now, if you're looking at a receiver at pick 19, I think that these are the receivers that you're going to be looking at. A T. Higgins, a Justin Jefferson, a Denzel Mims, Laviska Shenault Jr., Brandon Ayuk. However, for me, when I really think about the team needs and how deep it is at this position, I personally would not want to draft one of these wide receivers at pick 19. So let me ask you this question. I want you to name a wide receiver that you want Las Vegas to draft in round 1. For me, it's CeeDee Lamb, it's Jerry Jeudy, it's Henry Ruggs. For me, I've also put out a mock draft of some other Raiders receivers you can go out and get in round 3. But let me know in the comments section a receiver that the Raiders should go out and get in round 1. Now, for those of you that made it to the very end of the video, I appreciate that. You know, I love you all very, very much. So how about this? If you're bored at home and you want to challenge me or producer Dylan, you got to tag us on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. And Dylan, he's in the background at D_tip. Now, I've received some challenges. I've received a push-up challenge from my man Miguel, where he dropped down and gave me 10. As you can see, he added me. But then I also got this challenge. And for those of you that want to take it up a notch, I appreciate that. So Raider Thanos drops down, gives me 10 push-ups, okay? But wait, he's not done there. He also then, after the 10 push-ups, needed to stay hydrated and takes a shot at tequila. Raider Thanos, Raider Nation, y'all know I love you very much. So if you want to challenge me on Instagram, it's at Mitchell Renz 365. And make sure you challenge producer Dylan at D_tip. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.